The following is an excerpt from the novel Promo Cowboy by Barry Fitzsimmons, read by the author. Chapter 2. It's just about the end of the day. My belly's still good and full from them Carnegie Deli sandwiches they sent straight to the edit room, not to mention all that potato salad, coleslaw, blintzes, pickles, sundry fixins, dessert, and coffee, plus some of what Joe didn't finish off his plate. We're in sweep-up mode on my promo campaign for that small-time sports channel. Been a good client they have, regular-like, all year long. Only sometimes clients go cold, leave you flat, prove how you got to hustle and never stop. Such is the life of a promo cowboy. I step out for a quick smoke. Times Square Video, this place I'm working at, is a TV post-production facility, a post house in industry parlance, and it takes up the 10th floor of an old brick building at the northwest corner of Times Square. And the elevators they got are awful slow, so the folks who like to smoke mostly take it to the back stairwell, where it's more dark than even the edit rooms, and you feel like you're outside the building. Of course, that don't make it legal, thanks to that Mayor Giuliani and his new anti-smoking laws. Darn near a police state this town's become under that man. Makes a fella feel like a second-class citizen, it does, standing out here on this dungeon-like precipice, where even on a sunny day it's drippy and wet, like the inside of a cave. And if you lean too hard over that rickety old rail, you might drop 10 floors. Anyhow, I'm enjoying a Marlboro moment, even though my brand's Winston, and that nicotine's doing its lovely number on my senses when, of a sudden, I hear an echoing sound way down below. A door bangs shut, and a body starts shuffling up them stairs, slow-like. I keep an eye out, and a minute or so later, I see the form of a man, or maybe a woman. Could be that Russian lady who cleans the place at night. Whoever it is, he's got a stop-and-go gait, like he's bearing a heavy load, or don't want nobody to see him. Can't make out much, on account of the dark, till that stair climber makes a final turn and hits the landing on the 9th floor. Ain't no question after that. "Cowboy?" a too familiar voice calls up. "Is that you?" I take a long pull off my smoke and make a point to look away. "In the flesh." That fella starts up them final steps with them 2 heavy bags, full of tapes I reckon, only I can't figure it why'd he carry 'em all this way. He's an older man, older than most anyhow, and he's out of breath. "Damn, that's a lot of stairs," he says, finally making it to where I'm at. "Something wrong with the elevators?" I say back. Still ain't looking at him. "You could say that. What are you, standing guard?" My cigarette's pinched between my lips in a fashion to show my displeasure at present company. "Last line of defense, I am." I turn and look right in his eyes, against the dreaded Willie Schubermiller. It's him, all right, Mr. Triple Threat hisself. They tell me I one time took him down with a right to the jaw, at a Christmas party no less. Course, I don't quite remember it that-a-way. That Willie makes his gap-tooth smile. Heh, real funny. He drops his bags and opens that door a crack, looking through it into them TSV halls, where a sort of changing of the guard's taking place. All the day shift's clients are making their way out, while the night people are coming in. "Big crowd in there," he says. "Maybe I'll give it a minute. Hey, Cowboy, got a fag for your old buddy?" I check the temptation to make a comment on Will's cigarette pun and pull out my pack. No sense denying a man the privilege. He takes one, and I flick my Zippo, and he puffs at it and gives it a look like it don't taste right, then looks some more through that crack. "See here," I say, "you afraid to go in for some reason, little Will?" He looks at me, cross-like, then his eyes are back on that crack. I need to avoid contact with certain individuals. You know how it is, Franklin. I get a burning sensation from him using my given name, only I guess I had it coming. Curiosity gets the best of me, and I make a glance at what's inside them bags he's carried all the way up 10 flights. Tapes, like I suspected. Don't make no sense, though, for a fellow like him to do his own heavy lifting. Willie's more the type that'd hire one of them messengers to do it for him, on account of he was one time a big shot in our trade. Top of the heap he was. Had his own shop, the Willie Machine, and they did gangbuster, only them days are gone. Makes a fella think. After one last drag, I flick my smoke over the edge and watch it explode in a splash of sparks on the concrete deck below. Then I move for the door, only Willie's blocking it. "Excuse me," I say. "Who are you hacking for?" he says back, not moving and not looking at me. "Never mind that, Will. Got to get back to my edit." Of course he don't move, not 1 inch. "You're broke, aren't you?" "Say again?" "Dry as a bone, right? Tapped on clients. Phone stopped ringing. No money in the bank?" "Hush now, for I get my blood up." "You're exiled, surrounded by wasteland, at the mercy of the elements, or God." He makes a smirk. "You talking about faith, Willie?" "I'm talking about life, man, and making a living as a freelancer in this crazy business. Maybe you're free, not a slave, on staff somewhere, shackled to a crummy edit room, but you don't have a home. Back in the day, it was the best of both worlds. Good money, no responsibility. But now, for you, it's the worst." Willie's words cut deep. Ain't sure why I stand for 'em, only I do. "Doesn't it suck?" he says. "Aren't you sick of it, eh, Cowboy?" He turns and makes a little smile right in my face. "You and your silly black hat." "Dark brown it is." "And the boots, and that ridiculous mustache." Can't help it but make a smile of my own. "Don't you speak ill of my foo." "Your whole damn cowboy racket. It's one cliché after another." "Talk about clichés, Will. I look you over, and I see a one-time heavy hitter who's on the downward slide. Yep, a grown man trying to hide his age, dressing like a high school hipster, with them black sneakers and thick eyeglass frames, and that light socket hair like on a caramel sundae, 'cept in the places where the bleach ain't got to it proper like. And where'd you get that suit jacket you're always creeping round in? The local thrift shop?" He runs a little hand along the lapel. "This is Armani, Cowboy. Heard of him?" "No, I ain't heard of no Armani, Cowboy." Us both make a chuckle. Guess we can't help it. "You always were a funny guy," he says, "and a solid promo writer. And I was thinking..." He reaches up and puts a hand on my shoulder. "Since your dance card is, well, blank, I might be willing to do you a favor." I shrug out from under his grip. "Kind of favor?" "Handle a few of my projects. Work for the Willie Machine." I make a squint. "Thought you closed shop a while back. Heard how you went bankrupt and left a trail of unpaid vendors, not to mention employees. Saw it in the New York Record." "Yeah, sure, it was in all the papers. Like you said, that was a while back. Now I'm rebuilding, and I'd be willing to help you out. That's the kind of friend I am, Cowboy." "Friend," I say, with a taste in my mouth. "Sure. Thing is, though," he looks at me, serious like, "I couldn't pay your full rate. Probably only half." My brow makes a crease, but good. "Just let me by," I say, and I give his bony shoulder a shove.